Oh shit! All right, and welcome back. We are live,
We are
and
live.
welcome back to another episode of your favorite nerdy podcast, where we talk about everything pop culture, but mostly comic books, movies, and anime. Uh, this is, of course, the pop culture podcast called Comic X.
Weeb!
I am your co-host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag send it to James, aka Mahomo. I got my co-host here with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka
Did you just grow another pair of hands? What's going on here?
it was God bestowing Black Santa, aka Super. What the? Super Dry?
Super dry.
Man.
Uh-oh.
What the? One moment, James.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Wise Elf.
Yes, Black Santa.
Richard! Oh my god!
Yeah. Missing a water here, so if you don't mind, going to give me a. There we go. There we go. Good job. Good job. Right there, that was probably, I don't know, from him to get from the couch to the refrigerator, probably something like 0.7 seconds. Some people may say that math don't add up, numbers ain't right, but he also brought me a point.
Pop-Tart, oh my god.
All right.
Oh my
So
god.
now we can go back to super cold water. Revere me. All right.
What's up, Richard?
So James,
Yay.
Richard is here.
Oh my god, what a surprise. It's good to see you, man. How you been?
Yeah, good to see you too. I'm gonna be kind of chilling with y'all tonight.
All right, cool. That sounds good.
Yeah, I figured having Richard here come in every once in a while be fun, right?
Absolutely. What's up, Captain Comics? How you doing, man? Yeah, so that is a very fun surprise. I'm very excited
That's
about
right.
that.
The wise
All
elf.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So we have quite a bit to talk about this
Yeah.
evening. I don't even know what we're going to be talking about, but it's quite a bit because we always
Yeah,
find
I'm
something
pretty
to talk
sure it is.
about. So there has been some pop culture news, but I know we would like to kick it off a little bit. Oh, damn, and he came in a suit. Man, this just classed up this
Oh, you
podcast,
understand
bro.
something. He's the wise elf. So my wise elf has to always be prepared.
Richard, I saw your TV commercial. It's pretty awesome.
Ah,
Yeah, man, that was pretty dope. I loved it. It was awesome. The wise elf. I love it. So we were right before we jumped on here. We were actually talking about the shenanigans that was going on this weekend as far as the final games of the NFL season, and we were discussing I think America's disappointment that the Steelers did in fact make the playoffs with that Sunday night game that I think everyone and their mother was asking for.
Your disappointment.
Look, it was everyone but Pittsburgh, okay? Everyone, maybe even some people in Pittsburgh, I don't know. But everyone's disappointment, because I'm pretty, like, every meme page that has to do with the NFL or anything that I follow, they were all hoping for a tie. And just like all the comments were like, we were all hoping, we were just all praying that Derek Carr would just take the knee. But of course, the Chargers coach had to go and mess that up for everybody. How you feel about that, Chris?
He is an interesting guy because, again, like I was telling you, he went for it it was like 4-2 on his own, and he went for it, and it was like, what is wrong with you? And he was lucky it ended up being a field goal, but still, if you take that away, you could have put your team in a much better spot. Definitely considering they was able to stop for a field goal. Maybe they stop, and you don't have to worry about any points. You never know what can happen. But this guy, his aggressive nature, it cost them this game. It's cost him a couple of games. In one of the games against Patrick Mahomes, his aggressive nature cost them games. This guy is like, I understand, like, some people, like, he thinks he's Mr. Analytics, but I got something to tell people, especially in, like, the NBA. Mr. Analytics never wins championships.
Mhm.
Those guys have all these little numbers that says this and says that, but they don't understand what football is actually all about. It's not just about numbers. Like, they're, Danny Moore or whatever I think he's on Philly now, but he was the Houston Rockets general manager, Dale Morey. And all he was Mr. Analytics, Mr. Analytics. James Harden should do this. You should shoot here. Blah, 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 blah. Guess he's never come close to winning, ever.
Mhm.
Never. And he never will. So it's like, dude, that stuff don't get it done. You think analytics is why Steph Curry and the Warriors was winning? No, it's because they know how to play basketball. You got Kevin Durant. You got the greatest shooter of all time. You got Kevin Durant.
Right.
Like, you're going to win these games. Kobe winning. LeBron. You think analytics is LeBron's cup of tea? No. Dude is a bad free throw shooter and a bad three-point shooter. Analytics is not his favor. But LeBron is a monster, and he gets the job done.
Do you think that that stupid fucking movie Moneyball popularized that shit about the story that the baseball coach who did it?
That's baseball. Like, it's much better to use analytics in baseball than it is in basketball and the NFL. And they're just like, well, if it works in baseball, it can work in any sport. Not saying it can't. I'm just saying it's not. When you make your whole game plan analytics, and that's the whole thing you drive by, you will never win in the NFL or the NBA.
Right. And
even in baseball, analytics is not the only thing that it takes to win. You have to have solid players who can work the system right.
Right. For sure. I'm 100% with you.
But
the guy, I'm pretty sure the whole team is mad at him about that. But, it is what it is. Because it looked like even on the field when they were shaking hands and stuff, that's the conversation was a buzz between the Raiders and the Chargers that they were planning on just letting the clock run. And that would have been that. But alas, here we are. Alas, we have to deal with Ben for one more game. Thanks, Chargers.
Hey, man, Ben, what if Ben wins?
I will be furious. Like, I will actually be very mad. If somehow, and I'll say it here right now, if somehow the Steelers make it all the way,
James going to get a tramp stamp.
Yeah, of the Steelers logo just on right above my butt cheeks.
Yeah. All right, it's been confirmed here. Everybody's heard. Rich is heard. You're going to get a tramp stamp if the Steelers go and win it all.
That's right.
Yep.
But I don't have to worry about it because they're going to lose to Mahomes next week. So it's all good.
No, why am I now cheering for the Steelers to win the whole thing?
Nah, son. It ain't going to happen. Oh, Lord. I've been watching. Actually, a couple things. First of all, I posed a question on my Instagram today.
Okay.
And I wanted to pose the same question to you. And this doesn't really have too much to do with pop culture, but I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it because it opened up a lot of discussion. So I asked the question, with all of the delays, with all of the, at-home learning and the teacher strikes that are going on and kids are in and out of the classroom. It seems like it's being switched every week, every month between cities. It doesn't matter. Do you think that today's student generation is going to be better off for it or worse off for it?
Wow. That's a good question. That's a very good question. And it's not as easy as like when I was first listening, like, oh yeah, they're going to be worse off. And then literally while you're talking, I'm just like, no, maybe better off. Like, it's hard to tell actually, because like, I'm like, a lot of stuff they teach, I hate to say it like this, but it's true. A lot of stuff they teach you in school, it doesn't matter.
Bingo.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of that stuff, you don't ever use it in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you study it, you do all these tests and blah, blah, blah. And unless and then a lot of things have to be a specific field. Right. So just random stuff they teach you as a kid, you don't really need that stuff. Like, really, you just need to be able to count money. You need to be able to write, read, and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you, because most times you're going to be counting money, especially, let's be real, most people are going to enter their first jobs as like retail. Some might succeed in that and go even further and make a lot of money. Some are going to enter like fast food restaurants or whatever. And a lot like you're gonna be counting money. You're gonna be dealing with stuff like that. You're gonna be obviously need to be able to read. You're gonna need to be able to write. Outside of that, like a lot of stuff they teach you, you don't need. So honestly, it depends. I'm just gonna say it doesn't matter as much. It depends on the kid.
It does depend on the kid. I think not only does it depend on the kid, I think it also depends a little bit on the parents as well.
On the parent as well, yes, yeah.
I think you're very correct. I think that the basic things that school teach you, which is reading, writing, and simple addition, subtraction, that kind of stuff, are instrumental. Yes. However, I don't think that, like you were saying, like we don't. I mean, look, math up to a certain point, you could just stop.
Yeah.
We don't need geometry. I mean, unless you're like really thinking about being like an engineer, in which case you could just get all that stuff done in your first semester. You don't really need calculus or geometry or this, that, and the other. It's just not like you like. Remember when the teachers would be like, "Oh, you're not always gonna have a calculator with you," but guess what? We kind of do have a calculator with us, so we don't need to grab out a pen and some paper or something to scratch out some multiplication. It's like right there for you. I think that the student generation is going to be a lot smarter when it comes, obviously, to technology and computers and stuff like that, furthering that whole just everything. I mean, look how far technology has come since we were kids to where we are now, and it's going to be even further from now that they're kids to when they're 30. It's just going to advance even more. So I think that is also part of it. And then there's the fact that schools don't always teach you 100% the truth when it comes to certain things. Question mark. For example, especially with what's going on in a lot of history classrooms these days, is a little scary and frightening. And so, yeah, I don't know. I think it just depends. I think that students will also start learning, if they are staying home, how to do real shit instead of school shit.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I fully agree with you, man. Because, like, especially, let's call it what it is, especially for depending on your race as well, they'll sugarcoat certain things that happen in history. And then, you'll learn later on, like, that's not how that necessarily happened. That's not even actually close to being accurate. This person was really a bad guy, but we sugarcoated him to be a real positive figure. And we hid a lot of things from us, from other people. So yeah, they don't even teach you the most accurate stuff because of I guess reasons.
Reasons.
yeah. So nah, dude, I'm 100% with you because, like you said, imagine like in the '90s, dude. Us growing up in the '90s and stuff. There's no way we could imagine our phone being as crazy as what it can do now. The only thing, you want to get a cell phone just to be like, man, I got a cell phone. People can call you. That was the only use for it. Now it's used for like everything. For you can use it as your own computer. You can look stuff up. You can play games. You can download stuff. You can do music, whatever you want to use it for. Remember back in our day, we had to use freaking iPods and all this other crap to have the music, not on the phone. Now it's all just on the phone. You don't got to worry about that stuff. It's just crazy. Like you said, technology has changed in such a crazy way that's going to be one of their biggest things. Honestly, the biggest thing I'm worried about the next generation and the generation after that is more of common sense type things, not necessarily their learning curves.
Common sense I think that comes
I worry about some of their decision making that you'll see a kid do something that's so stupid, and he can be smart as freak, but he'll do something so stupid, and you sit there like, why did you just do that? And of course, we had our stuff like that too. I'm just worried about the new generation, some of their stuff, some of their work effort too. Like they'll call out for anything, or they just don't want to do stuff. They become even more lazier. And you could say our parents said that about our generation, but you can actually see the huge difference.
I think every generation is going to say that about the next generation, because I
suppose so.
We look back at our parents didn't even have seatbelts or airbags. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, y'all were stupid. Like they would, and then when seatbelts came in, like I had an uncle who cut out the seatbelts of his car. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, like looking back at that now, stupid. But back in the day, they're like seatbelts cause more injuries in car crashes because you're alive to tell the fact that your seatbelt caused your injury. You're not dead. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get you on that.
So I think every like generation is going to look at the past generation and the future generation like just with they're in their own bubble, right? So we look at our
That's
parents like you're
true.
stupid for things, and we look at these kids and we're like you're stupid for things. They're looking at us like we're stupid for things. They're gonna look at the next generation of kids like y'all are stupid for I think it's gonna continue. But yeah, the common sense stuff, I part of social media, I think, is just really driving some of that to be like the next trend or something like those stupid fucking crate challenges that people were walking up milk crates and then back down and everyone was like falling and stuff. That was one of the dumber things that I've seen. But it was everyone doing that too. It wasn't just like kids, it was everybody. You know what I mean?
No, but it was mainly the kids.
It was
though.
mainly kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a lot. It was some adults doing it for some clickbait too, and you're just like, dude, you're like 40. Stop. But
just
I get that. But I do feel though, and I really do feel that when it comes to like work effort, it is a big difference from, especially with me being a manager and looking and seeing how things are. I can tell the difference between this person's work effort and a work effort of a person who, like, looking at the kids coming out of college and that we hire and the things that they do, you're like, yeah, okay, you guys, you're not pulling your weight sometime that you should be. But either way, I do get what you're saying too. Each generation is going to have their picks, and they're this and they're that. Like even with NBA, how you look at the '90s and you're like, oh, well, they're so much better and they're so much softer now, which is somewhat true, but I will say hands down, players now are way more skilled than the players in the 90s. They can do a lot more versatility. Now, do I think they're better? No, but they are more skilled. So it's a lot of things you got to give and take. But I got to admit, common sense stuff is concerning because the bleach challenge, I mean, yeah, you could say guys was doing hardcore drugs back in the 70s and 80s and all that stuff. But God dang it, man. No one was sitting there saying, yo, let's drink a bottle of bleach, yo. Let's see how that works out.
Who's drinking bleach?
You don't remember the bleach challenge? Richard,
I don't remember the bleach.
Okay, so there was a challenge where they was like drinking bleach and everything.
What? I do not remember that. I remember like the Tide Pod bullshit. I remember the Tide Pod bullshit that was going down. I don't remember drinking.
One too.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That's crazy. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. The common sense stuff is definitely, sometimes mind numbing to just even see it or even see where it goes towards.
Richard had found one, yeah. So yeah, there was the bleach challenge. It was just stupid stuff, dude. Just silly stuff.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But no, yeah, I agree. That's a good question, though. That's a great question.
Thank you, appreciate it. It's been a lot of mixed reactions. A lot of people blaming parents. A lot of people saying, "Oh well, these kids will wisen up and realize they don't have to fall for the whole college scam," which I think is true. You don't necessarily need college if you don't 100% need it.
You don't.
And so you don't need to be 17 or 18 coming into $50,000 to $100,000 worth of debt, where like the laws, like they don't teach you any of this stuff. Like the laws on student loan debt is ridiculous. Like you could be paying that shit for 30 years and still just be paying interest, not even touch the principal loan yet. So
if you're bankrupt, that's not bankruptable.
Right. If you declare bankruptcy, you still have to pay the student loans. Student loans are the only thing that can actually be transferred within your family. So they'll still come after your family if you die and haven't paid your student loans. You can't even evade it in death, is what I'm trying to say here. Ridiculous. If Alexa's is about to die, I'm going to divorce her ass.
They don't teach any of that stuff. They don't teach that stuff. You don't learn that. You don't learn.
They don't tell you that.
Life things you're gonna deal with when you're actually adult. You don't learn that.
They just make you sign that line. But if you were to try to sign the same loan for a house, they won't let you do it. They're like, "Oh, you can't afford that." You try to sign $100,000 loan for a house at 18 years old with the same job, like same to no job. Man, how many 17, 18-year-olds have a full-time great career that will qualify for $100,000 loan? Not many. So
unless you got an NFL jersey or baseball or basketball jersey, yeah, not many gonna have that.
So, but they won't let you get the same thing to build yourself up with a home or a house or something like that, or to start a business, a small business loan. They won't let you get something like that, but they'll let you sign this stupid controlling loan. So I think there will be a lot less of that, and I hope there will be. Because that will cause all of these universities and colleges and everything to maybe approach the way that they conduct themselves a little bit differently.
Agreed.
Just my thoughts. Just two pennies there.
I agree.
All right, but let's jump back into some pop culture-y type stuff, something that's not as depressing. And that would be, I know last week you mentioned that you wanted to talk about the new Matrix movie, and I think that it has been at least a week or two, right, since that has come out.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that. Now, I haven't been able to see it, but I don't give a shit about spoilers. But there will be spoilers if you haven't seen it, because Chris would like to jump into it. So Richard, if you haven't seen it, leave the room. Thank you.
I don't think Richard cares about the Matrix.
I don't know anything about it.
He doesn't know anything about the Matrix.
You haven't even seen the first one, Richard?
You know about the Matrix, though, right?
Well, that's a guy doing like this, right?
Oh my god! I mean, yeah, technically, yeah, that's true. The guy, you know about Keanu Reeves?
Is he in this
Oh my god! Do you know who Keanu Reeves is? Oh, why's that? We're gonna have to talk about some things later. All right, so Keanu Reeves, who is the star of the Matrix, yes, he is in this Matrix movie. It's a weird movie, man, because like the movie basically is starting off saying that Keanu and God, I'm forgetting old girl name. How am I forgetting Trinity? Are sitting there like they're in this world, because obviously in the final Matrix movie before this one, everybody basically died. Well, not everybody, but Keanu and Trinity died or whatever. Trinity died first, and Keanu basically fused with everything, so it was looked at as he dead. But even at the end, it was like, well, I can see him coming back. Trinity, they were just like, oh no, she's dead.
Right.
She's gone. She died beforehand. She's dead. But, you know, Keanu, he might come back. You know, Neo might come back. We might see him again. I think we'll see him again. So you end up seeing him. Go on.
I didn't even think we were going to get another movie. So, you know, after watching the third one, I was just like, whatever, you know, cool story.
I didn't think he was neither. And so it basically Neo being a guy who is now the game developer for the Matrix. So all the Matrix stuff has been turned into a video game, basically. And he is the one who created all of it. And he is the one, that's the world that he's in. But it was the Matrix himself and the people behind the scenes who put him in this world to keep his mind away from everything so he would not, because they end up basically completely resurrecting him. And they actually resurrected Trinity too. But their bodies could still, you know, their bodies were still, it's really weird. They were still able to even get their bodies, which in theory they really shouldn't have. But anyway.
Right.
So he's this game designer and he feels something's wrong, that something's off. So they're having him take the pills, because you know the blue and the red pill. So they're having him take the pill that's basically keeping him from really awakening and understanding what the hell is going on. So he's taking the pills, and Trinity is basically like this housewife with a motorcycle who is like a mom or whatever. They would meet up all the time at a bar. Not a bar, at like not a bar, but at like a coffee place. And they would never really have a real conversation. It was more just like, hi, how you doing? And just leave. But they would always end up meeting up. Like no matter what, you couldn't really keep them apart. But they didn't have a relationship though, because they was keeping them away from each other because they felt together. That's what this movie was basically put together as together. They're unstoppable, and individually they're not as powerful, which I don't know. I felt like in the grand scheme of things, like Trinity was important, but I never felt she was that important in the three Matrix movies. Like I didn't feel she was the end all be all, but in this she is. Like she even develops the power to fly. Like everything that made Neo special, she can now do.
Oh, I gotcha. I can't remember if she could fly before, so I guess
she could not fly. She could not fly. Okay. Neo was able to fly. Not necessarily every single thing Neo can do, she can do, because Neo is still more powerful. But she's basically creeping up on him, and like that was one of the big scenes that they highlighted heavily, that she could fly, because Neo was trying to fly them out.
She can fly. No,
and she
Peter
was
Pan?
having
Anybody?
trouble. He
Okay.
was having trouble. Yeah, he couldn't perform, and
Oh,
she was
so she's a succubus. She's taking the power straight from his dick, is what you're trying to say right now. Trinity is just absorbing Neo's strength through the jizz.
I have no idea. I don't think I said that. Did I say that?
I don't know.
That's what I
Okay.
heard. That's what I heard.
Sure. Maybe. See, hey, the Matrix is a really weird thing that you don't know 100% what the hell is going on. So you really watch it a couple of times to truly get it. So maybe
Right.
James has broke it, and that's exactly how Trinity got these abilities.
Exactly.
That she's a succubus, and she.
Yeah. He's shooting the code. He's shooting the code directly into her.
He's shooting the code.
Mainlining those ones and zeros through his ones and zeros, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But I don't think they know what you're talking about. So I don't think they know what the Matrix is talking about. But yeah, the movie relied way too much because they even had that scene where like Mr. Anderson, like they had so many old scenes. Hell, matter of fact, one of the scenes that it really disturbed me. They had the scene where Mr. Anderson, who was basically his boss, he's like either his agent. I think he's his agent. He's his agent. Yeah, he's his agent to keep him under wraps. So he's watching him, but he's pretending to be his agent while Neo is the game designer or whatever. But anyway, even when they finally start fighting each other, they had a choreographic scene-by-scene fight to reimagine their old fight when they had the pillar and like he punched the pillar and broke it. You can literally, it's the exact same fight, dude. You can literally count down and say 3, 2, 1, he's going to break the pillar. Because I did that. And it exactly happened. 3, 2, 1, he's going to break the pillar. And he broke the pillar. And I was like, God, fucking dang it. Like, it's literally, they relied so much on nostalgia that it just made, to me, this movie was pointless. Because it only thing it served was to make Trinity stronger. Was to show that Trinity is like, basically an equal to him, where the whole concept was he's supposed to be the chosen one.
Right.
It's not necessarily supposed to be two. Like, it shouldn't be like a thing where Trinity has to be the equal part to him. It should just be he's the chosen one. That was literally his whole gimmick. He's the chosen one. So now that's not even a thing anymore. I guess it's the chosen two, because the only person who came back was like Jada Pinkett. And I mean, I personally don't like Jada Pinkett. I think she's kind of a piece of trash person, but whatever. She is like super. Obviously, she's old now, but she's like really old because Trinity and Neo, because of the way they was brought back, they aged like very differently. Where everybody else aged normally, but they did not. They like saved like 20-some years or whatever on their aging. So they're supposed to be much younger. Where Jada Pinkett's character is like old as dirt, and she's just like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna die soon, but it's good to see you, Neo. But don't freaking bring Trinity back." They're like, it's too much of a risk to bring them back. The highlight, I don't know names, but the highlight was like the girl with the blue hair. She was really good in the movie.
Okay.
The new guy they got to play Morpheus, which is weird. Because apparently, I guess you had to play Matrix Online to understand what the heck happens with Morpheus. I have no idea what Matrix Online is. So
it sounds like basically this movie is another one that just relied on heavy nostalgia and fan service. And there are reports being made that Warner Brothers is slated to lose $100 million on this film.
Wow.
That is honestly a substantial amount of money. We were talking about $100,000 being a lot of money for student loan debts. $100 million though.
And remember, this is a Keanu Reeves movie, so that's kind of also like, that's not good.
Yeah.
But someone like him.
Hopefully, it deters Warner Brothers from attempting another shitty Matrix movie.
Well, here's the problem. So the way the movie ends, it ends with there being another movie in plan. Because it ends with Neo and Trinity making threats to the big bad or whatever. Which the big bad in this movie was really corny, boring, and just served no real purpose. Mr. Anderson basically did like a heel face turn, and he kind of turned good somewhat. It was just kind of dumb. And again, like the guy they got to play Mr. Anderson, like I'm calling him Mr. Anderson. You get what I'm saying? The guy they got to say that crap. He's definitely not as good as the original one, and you can tell he was trying so hard to fill those shoes.
The agent, yeah.
And he just couldn't. He just could not. He couldn't come close to it. You could just tell he was just there. And it's sad, but he tried. I give him that. He gave it his best.
Pat him on the head and be like, "That's okay."
Pat him on the head and say, "Good job, son. You gave it your best, but you
good job, buddy.
Good job, bud."
I hope your salary wasn't tied into the movie profit.
Yeah. I hope Keanu looked out and got you a good payday, bro. Because outside of that, you didn't really. Yeah, you was just here. So yeah, it was just one of those movies where honestly, like, I don't even feel like going like play by play on it because it's really confusing movie and it's easier to kind of watch. But still, even after watching it one time, it's still kind of like I'm not fully for sure what's going on here. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like luckily because I've seen the other Matrix, it's easier to put together. But it's also and it's not as deep. Please don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say it's as deep as the first Matrix movie. This is more confusing in a way of disappointment. Like, why is some of this stuff happening when it shouldn't? Like, this is kind of like dumb confusing. Where the first Matrix was just revolutionary, and it was like confusing in a way where it was like, it makes you think. This doesn't make you think, really.
I don't know about this. Let's see. 100 million isn't too bad. They'll make a lot of money on DVD and Blu-ray sales, probably break even. I don't know about that, man. I mean, first of all, DVD sales, what is this? 2000? So I mean, Blu-ray sales, but or digital purchase sales. But here's the thing about it is that it went straight to HBO. It was HBO released the same day as it was released in theaters, which was probably a big takeaway from it. And if it's just available on HBO, people who have the HBO aren't going to buy the Blu-ray, or they're not going to buy any kind of digital format of this movie because they could just stream it. That's true. It's probably going to be the same thing. Did you see what they were trying to say that Black Widow lost some absurd amount of money to piracy or something like that?
I remember that. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, this is a new report that came out that said
Didn't
that.
They talk about that before though? Didn't
they were kind of like referencing that they were going to lose money to pirate. That's why ScarJo was throwing her little fit. But yeah, they actually did come. They said they came out with an estimate of how much.
Did you call her Scarla?
ScarJo.
Oh, okay, ScarJo. Okay.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
So they actually came out. I don't remember exactly what the number was, but they did come out with an estimate of how much they think that they lost to pirates. But the interesting thing is that Disney obviously very quick to correct that, and they're saying they will only release movies straight to Disney Plus now that are animated, like kids movies, ones that first of all, kids don't know how to pirate movies for the most part, right? And they're probably not going to. The parents are probably just going to purchase it and let the kids watch it, and or just family movies that like the main money spenders aren't going to have the drive or the will to want to pirate those movies. Like, oh, I'm really going to go out of my way to find a download of Peter Pan, since we were just talking about Peter Pan. Let's just use that as an example. But you know what I mean? You like, as opposed to like the new Spider-Man movie, where everyone wants to go see the new Spider-Man movie. So there's like a huge difference. So they're saying that they're just going to go ahead and start and they want to keep kids out of theaters too, with all this shit coming back around. Omicron coming to wipe us out again. So that's that it's just an interesting take on how studios are continuing to battle trying to release their movies to the public.
I mean, I'll stick to what I said. I said it then, I'll say it now. That Widow movie wasn't good at all. And it wasn't gonna be gangbusters anyway. It wasn't gonna like blow the charts. No one was, except for like Pacific Widow fans, were really like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see this movie. It was more of like, man, we haven't seen an MCU movie in so long. It's going to be interesting to finally see one. And hopefully there's some cool end credit stuff. It was more of that because of how long it took. Plus, again, timelines where they put it in. Timeline was really stupid. This movie had a lot of things going against it. And piracy was not, its biggest challenge. It had way more challenges than the movie itself. So that movie was never going to do well, honestly. I never thought it would. So,
yeah, I'm with you on that. It'll be interesting. I mean, speaking of Marvel movies and everything, I'm still concerned about, the future movies that are slated to come out, and I'm really hoping that we start to get some higher quality content soon from Marvel. But
agree.
I agree,
we'll see. Because I'm worried about Strange. I'm worried about Black Panther.
There are concerns to be had about both of these movies.
Yeah, especially Black Panther right now with all the craziness going on with their filming and injuries and all this other crazy stuff. And you're bringing Killmonger back. If you're bringing him back as a flashback, is he going to be the next Black Panther? You're going to say he didn't actually die. You're going to say he did die. Like all this stuff it's just sucked what happened because the death caused a lot of issues and it made everything change. So it's not necessarily their fault for Black Panther, but with Strange, I'm concerned, and that's on them. But I have a lot of concerns on how Strange is going to end up going.
There's a lot of concern for Strange. You know what? Honestly, this is a hot take that I was just kind of thinking about the last week or so, but I think that they are going to kill Wanda. I think they're going to kill her.
Oh, you think they're going to kill her?
I think they're going to kill her. I think they're going to almost Jean Grey her. Like make her so powerful to the point that the only way to stop her is to kill her. I think that's what they're going to do.
Oh, like the Phoenix stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I think that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, I mean, not saying that they might not bring her back in the future or something like that, but they may use her to usher in, like we were kind of talking about last time we talked about it. I think they may use her to usher in whatever with this multiverse, fuse things together, or what they're talking about Xavier being in it, but it's going to be like a different multiverse Xavier, so not the same ones from, or not the same one from that we know from the Fox movies or anything like that. And then I think that she is the villain or one of the villains, right? I mean, it's going to be her, and then either Shumagarath or Gargantos or whatever the other one that they're saying that it could be, and then Evil Strange, who's absorbed all the power from the universe. So those three are our villains, right? And Marvel has a strong history of killing villains. So I think that's what it's going to be. So I hope that I'm wrong, but she doesn't seem to have a lot of will to live. She has a lot of, she's already established her mental health struggles with WandaVision. Vision's dead, so why not Wanda?
I mean, honestly, it gets to a point where your theory makes the most sense, actually, if they follow through with everything saying. If you make her that powerful, what else can you do? Are you just going to have her lingering around, staying alive, being that strong? Do you heavenly nerf her? Because like what do you do if you make her so powerful? You have to kill her.
I mean, she's already so powerful that she can destroy an Infinity Stone. Like, that's already established. We know that. She's already so powerful that she can create a whole town and control everybody within it. She's already and that's like without even tapping into the Darkhold. Now she's going to be tapping into the Darkhold, into another realm and dimension of power that she's going to be taking from Chthon, possibly Mephisto, like all these. I know I always say it's not Mephisto, but it's just, I'm saying it's possibility of these other realms and beings and everything that she could be drawing power from. I mean, that's going. And then if she goes up against or runs into this Doctor Strange that literally has sapped all the power from his universe, and then she starts drawing power from that as well, she is going to be way too fucking strong. She is going, like, there will be no other way to be like, Wanda, would you please stop doing what you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, I know ruined your entire life and everything about it, and killed your husband, and all this other shit.
It's
But
so
could you
funny
please
though, because
stop?
when you think about it, what happened? Oh, it's a Wanda. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what the?
No, not you.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? With Wanda, you're 100% right. But it's so funny though, because you say like, oh my God, like she's so powerful and this and that. But still, compared to comics, she's weak as shit. Like,
Oh yeah.
so weak. Like it's funny because it's like her as of right now, her biggest feat is what she did in WandaVision, which is like any mutant with telepathy in the comics can do that. Any one of them. Even a low tier one can do that. Like that's not impressive. But in the MCU, it is.
Right.
So it's like in
MCU,
she's powerful, and in the comics, if she was to show up and be there, they would laugh her out the building and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like that 13-year-old girl can do the same thing, so fuck off." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But in the MCU, yeah, she's really powerful, and she's strong. She's this and she's that. But it's just like, what else do you do? Because like you said, if she becomes too strong, you can't just like, please stop. Like you can't do it. Like you have to kill her, because you can't have her just lingering around. And
so
then
we're like,
it's gonna be a plot device and a plot hole every time something shows up. Especially if you ended on good terms. It's like, well, Wanda can just show up and kill this person. Like you don't want to have that there every single movie that shows up. Or it's like, well, why come Wanda don't get involved? Like you don't want that to be the problem. So you're gonna have to do something. And honestly, the best thing to do, honestly, would be to kill her. That's what I think. What do you think, Rich? Kill Wanda?
Yes.
Yeah. Just get rid of her. You got no choice.
just fucking exterminator. With in the trailer so far that we've seen, is Doctor Strange approaching Wanda saying that he needed her help. So it seems like he starts off by relaying to her good side, and we'll see. Obviously, that's not going to end very well, just because we know what she's getting into. She wants to bring her kids back. Like she wants to restore what she had created. Is basically what's going to happen, and she will bring back Tommy and Billy. I'm 100% positive that that's going to happen, because we need them for Young Avengers. So she's going to find a way to do that, and then it's either going to be like her kids or everyone else. Like Doctor Strange is probably going to be like, all right, for real, we need to stop with what you're doing here. Like you can't breach the multiverse just to get your kids back. And she's gonna be like, no, fuck you. And that's how that's gonna happen. I think that's how that clash is gonna start. And then all of a sudden Wanda is the enemy. And so is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange lost to Spider-Man. Is he gonna lose to Wanda? I don't think so.
That was so stupid. I think that the biggest thing is gonna be, because the only way it makes sense to me, and I did hear like some rumors on, but what I believe the only way it makes sense is what my man saying here.
He said, I need your help with D's, Wanda.
Yes.
D's nuts. Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
So I'm assuming what triggers it is that she's going to be going through these different, like they're gonna be going to multiverses. And I can see her going to one where there's a Wanda with children. And I think that's going to trigger her going crazy. I think that's what's going to trigger her freaking out. And she's going to do something that's going to, like, she might even kidnap the kids. I don't freaking know. She's going to do something.
Yeah. That's what I think is going to happen.
What the heck is going to go down?
So because we heard it in the end credits of WandaVision. We heard the kids calling out to her from the Darkhold. So she already that's what her search is going to be.
She's going to kidnap these kids, and then she's probably going to kill the other Wanda, because I mean, got to have a Wanda die.
Chris.
Kids. So he's going to mark the mom and be like, these are my kids now. They belong to me. And Doctor Strange's going to be like, people walks in like, dude, what did you just do? It's like, these are my kids now. It's like, that's not what I brought you here for. You should have known. You should have known.
I am excited to see America Chavez.
I
really hope that goes well as far as new characters being introduced. They haven't done, the most solid job introducing new characters in the last few movies. But hopefully America Chavez starts to change that.
I mean, who have they introduced that's really new?
Well, all of the Eternals, Shang-Chi, you know, and everything going on with that. No one knew from Spider-Man. Nobody knew.
Okay. No, dude, we got you
know how attacked I get for saying that movie is not good?
So you're wrong. We got them.
We got what?
We got new Tobey Maguire. We got new Andy Garfield. We got them.
Dude, the whole internet is calling for like another to finish off Andrew Garfield's trilogy in order to make Spider-Man.
Dude, I'm telling you, he did a good job.
I know he did a good job, but like, why are we not moving forward?
I'm not shocked.
Why are we not moving forward? We're moving backwards. We'll move forward.
Well, keep this in mind, though. Tobey Maguire would still be kicking it right now if it wasn't for crazy situations that popped off. Like, they still want to make. I hope we see more of the Abomination
and Wong relationship, dude. On Instagram, I've been just getting roasted for my comments on the Spider-Man movie, but I hold by it. I stand by what I said. Absolutely, I do. It's ridiculous.
I understand. We never said it's the worst movie of all time. We just said it's one that good. It ain't the worst thing ever, but it's not that good a movie.
It's not the worst, but it is.
I'm never going to watch it again.
I might watch it one more time just to confirm what my feelings were, but you know, other than that,
my feelings are always confirmed. I know what I said. I say what I said. I do what I do.
What are you, Horton? Horton the elephant? I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
That's right. Oh, Popeye the Sailor Man. Choo-choo. Yeah, so
oh shit. I am what I am.
Yo, I'm sorry. I was thinking of that Family Guy episode where Peter he started eating the spinach and he was like, my God, this is nasty. How do you just eat this out of the can? And he threw it back up. And I'm just like, dude, that's exactly a double thing. Like, Popeye's eating this stuff right out of the can. It's like, that is disgusting. Spinach, like, that's nasty.
Canned spinach is pretty gross. I'm not going to lie. Like regular, like fresh spinach salad is delicious, but canned spinach is like, what in the world? What? Why? But yeah, no,
I don't know if I've ever had spinach salad. I don't think I have.
Yeah, just like spinach leaf salad is a lot. Like, I like it better than just regular lettuce salad, but that's just me. But either way, you're just munching on some leaves, so you know.
Yo, real talk, Popeye's OP as hell though.
Popeye.
Yeah. No, you say that, but keep this in mind. Popeye has the ability to literally shadow box like reality. Like, he was shadow boxing himself at a speed that was so crazy. He started actually fighting against a shadow version of himself. This dude is able to go, like, he's able to knock out his own creator. Like, the creator of his, like, who's writing his stuff. He's able to go in and out of his reality and beat that dude up. He's able to talk and fight and shadow box God. This dude is able to breathe in space. This dude is able to like really destroy planets. You're laughing, but this is what he did in his show. Popeye is the most strongest being to ever exist. This dude is OP as hell, bro. Why come we not talk about Popeye? Screw it. I'm making a Popeye video. I'm not even playing. We're getting a Popeye video on the channel. That dude is a monster, bro.
Yeah.
Popeye is a monster.
The most OP character.
He is one of the most OP characters of all time, bro. Like, Popeye don't play, bro. Like, you don't want. And a lot of this stuff he does before he eats his spinach. Once he eats spinach, he becomes literally unstoppable. He becomes even stronger.
Like, God himself
tried to erase Popeye, erase him. Popeye brought himself back.
Right.
How do you what? This dude's a monster, bro. Popeye's a beast, bro.
Dude, if we're talking about old ass cartoons and like how ridiculous they are, Inspector Gadget would fall into the same ridiculously OP category. Transformers are definitely like ridiculously OP.
Nah, they ain't on Popeye level though, bro.
What about Beast Wars though?
They were strong, but they said I don't remember any of them being erased by God and bringing themselves back.
What about them gargoyles though?
They were. The Gargoyles was fun to watch, man.
Dude, the Gargoyles was one of like the dopest shows. What about Speed Racer though? That motherfucker was just a man in a race car, and how the fuck was he doing all that shit?
Not that OP. He was there as a guy in a race car.
No, but like he was doing some crazy shit for just a guy in a race car, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, but I
don't know if he was driving like the early prototype.
Bullet to the head would still kill him.
They would kill Popeye too.
No, it would not. No, it would not. No, it would not. It actually would not. He has been shot multiple times with Popeye guns in that series and survived it. He's been shot to like Swiss cheese and and Ace of Spinach. It was fine. So no, it wouldn't even touch Popeye. Again, he was erased by God. You think a bullet can stop him if he could beat up God?
All right, I want to see the Popeye versus Goku fight. I need to see the throwdown go down. I need to see it. I just need to see the one-on-one.
Don't make me do that because I love Goku too much, and I would my bias would figure something out to make him win.
Yeah, except that Popeye would come back and beat him.
Nah, bro. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have Goku press the Xeno button, and Xeno's gonna come in there and completely erase everything. Papa ain't coming back from this.
And all of a sudden, a pencil starts drawing Popeye again
out
of nowhere.
He starts bringing himself back. Like, oh shit, Goku, we're screwed. We're done. Xeno's the strongest being, period. If he can't stop him, we can't beat him, Goku. We gotta get out of here, man. We gotta leave.
Oh shit, that is hilarious.
But Goku, run! I'll fight him as long as I can.
Right. yeah, Black Santa versus Popeye. I want to see that.
Now that's a different story.
Now, okay, all right.
Because Black Santa. Black Santa
doesn't lose. Now, who pulls the reins of Black Santa's sleigh? I need to know.
Who pulls those?
Yeah, you got reins? You got reindeer, or
I got some rain bitches. Yeah.
Yeah. We are so far away from what we were talking about, which was Doctor Strange and Wanda.
Denise, Christine, Pepper.
Ridiculous. What? Oh, are you naming the reindeer hoes? The rain bitches.
I'm just letting you know the rain bitches.
Is it like that? Is it like that song, the Freak a Leak song, where when you instead of Dasher and Dancer, you just start saying Tamika, shut up.
Yeah, it's something like that. You're right. Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The Black Santa's Rudolph song is Freak a Leak. Shit.
Yeah, this is completely off of what we saw. We went from the Matrix to this. I don't even. But I mean, this is what happens, isn't it?
There's been a lot more buzz about Moon Knight and stuff that's going into that part of Marvel. Apparently, the internet is starting to think that they are gearing towards a Marvel monster show on top of everything that we have been told that we're getting, which for me, that would be amazing. I think that would be so cool if we get Werewolf by Night, Vampire by Night, Lilith, Dracula. I think it would be pretty dope.
I think so because
and then I was just also going to say, I know we were trying to discuss possible villains for Blade, and I think they're just going to go with Dracula.
I think so. Even though, honestly, I love how the Trinity did it in the sense of Dracula was saved to later. He was basically Dracula. He was basically Dracula. He was saved to later. Like a version of Dracula was saved to like the third film. And I think that's smart. You should save arguably the strongest to later instead of having him be the first person to show up. I would do that. I wouldn't have him be the first villain. I would build up to him. If you don't want him to be the final one, you want somebody strong or whatever, that's fine. But I would at least have him as a second villain, where the first movie is like basically trying to stop Dracula from coming back or being awakened or whatever the case may be. And I would build Dracula up instead of just having him be the first guy Blade kills.
Yeah. Do you think that he's going to kill? I mean, I know, again, we're back on, Marvel has a pretty bad history of killing villains pretty quick.
He's going to die. You know
so you think that they would just kill Dracula? Yeah.
Yeah,
I got you.
his ass is getting dusted. That's what's going down, bro. But
So you think
with Moon Knight, I think it makes a lot of sense because currently he's dealing with vampire type stuff. I mean, hell, he got a vampire partner now. Currently, a black girl.
Right.
She's funny. So yeah, that would be cool. Even though Wolverine is the one mainly dealing with vampires right now, it's still
Wolverine's always had some like on again, off again vampire stories.
He does have a lot. I mean, he does have a lot. He was even turned to a vampire at one point.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was turned into a vampire. I forgot about that. And
so
then they made that what if story about it too.
Yeah.
If he became like Lord of the Vampires or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he was a beast.
Dude, vampire Wolverine, bro.
Fucking savage, bro. His regeneration's even better than the regular Wolverine.
I never even understood how that would happen. Like, how does his healing mutant factor like not just like take care of it? But apparently,
well, I mean, I don't think it can stop vampirism in the highest form because it really, I mean, it regenerates, but I don't think his mutant factor, because like being a mutant does not mean you can't get it, because Jubilee was a vampire,
right? No,
so,
I'm saying like how like he wouldn't just heal back to normal. Like the bite, like whatever it is, he would seal the bite.
But remember, it's being put into your system. Because Wolverine can still technically be poisoned.
Yeah, but he wouldn't die from it.
No, he couldn't die from it, but vampirism
like a snake, like let's say Wolverine gets bit by a snake.
Okay.
Right? A pretty like a venomous snake.
Right.
Bites Wolverine. He doesn't die from it. He doesn't turn into a snake.
Wolverine is weird because technically Wolverine, so like even when like the way his body is extremely weird. So I kind of get your point, because remember, Wolverine can't even get drunk.
Right.
Like he could drink so much alcohol and
smokes the cigar and can't even get high from the cigar. But he's always got the cigar in his mouth. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't get drunk, you can't get high.
It is really weird.
You can't be poisoned.
Vampirism still kind of works different. Like it's not a normal poison. So I guess they're just saying it's stronger, so he can't like
the vampiric gene is stronger than Wolverine's healing factor.
I mean, apparently, yes.
Okay. It was always just one of those things where I was just like, I don't know. I find it kind of hard to believe, but okay. We'll go with it. It's like one of those like comic logic.
Like, how can there be a zombie Wolverine, right?
Yeah, he can't die.
Right. But in the Marvel Zombie, wasn't there a zombie Wolverine?
Yeah, it sure was.
Exactly. So it's like, so how does that work?
I don't know.
Because he was turned from the bite, not necessarily from even being killed. So if you're just turned from the bite and then you die and transform that way, so that would be like the same thing with vampirism. Like, how did that work?
Yeah. Well, a little plot hole there.
Let's call it what it is. It's whatever the writer needs it to be.
Yeah.
Like, you try to make sense of certain things. You just got to remember it's whatever the writer wants it to be. And then that's what it is.
Gotta have a conversation with this writer. You know what I mean? I just gotta ask.
Dude, don't worry. Black Santa's gonna be
They'll just be like, bro, I just needed to write the story. I know, like that's all I needed to do.
Because matter of fact, I got the wise elf making some arrangements for Black Santa and him to head out there and talk to some of these writers, and we got some demands. Either Black Santa's gonna be on the next cover with his foot on Thanos' throat.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna have to knock out some writers. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, so we're gonna leave it at that.
Lord, ridiculous. But yeah, so with Moon Knight, yeah, you're right. So Moon Knight is dealing with the vampire stuff. He's got the so it'd be cool. I think that Moon Knight. I think what they're saying is that his brother Randall is going to be the main focus of the show. Between that and his mental health, obviously, since he's fucking crazy, and basically his brother becomes Shadow Knight, so that could be what the show's focused on, and then maybe turning more towards Jack the Werewolf by Night towards the end, or like a cameo of him or something, or bring Blade. I think Blade's gonna make an appearance in the show.
I think
honestly.
so. I mean, I would hope so because I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, we got so long before this movie. He needs to make actual appearances, not just some damn voiceover. He
Yeah.
needs to actually show up. A
Well, it's the
voiceover that
same-
nobody knew until
Yeah.
the director had to actually tell us that
Yeah.
it was him.
Well, of
That's
course, because
just
we don't
bad.
know what this guy sounds like.
That's like just in theory. That right there is infuriating and just stupidity at its highest level. That's just
not?
Marvel stupidity.
That would be
Because
like-
why the fuck would you do a voiceover and not just show the motherfucker?
Right.
That made no sense. No one knew who he was. Not a soul. All
How
of
are
us
we
were thinking of
supposed to?
everybody else, and they was like, "Oh no, it was so bad." She had to come out and say, "No, it was Blade," because no one
Right.
got it. No
Right.
one.
That would be like if for some reason, and this would never happen, but I was cast in a Marvel movie,
Mhm.
and then I had just my voice at the end of a movie. Everybody like, who the fuck is that? Like nobody fucking knows. Like it don't matter. Like I could be like, I am Galactus or something. And be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like we still don't know who he is. He's just could just be some fool saying that he's Galactus or something like that.
Right.
So like, just I don't
Exactly.
understand the thinking behind just using a voice at the end.
Stupidity.
Oh my god, it was so dumb. But
It
the
was.
fact that he was cast so early, we said the
Yeah.
same thing about Kang. The fact that Jonathan Majors was cast as Kang and he did a fantastic job in Loki. I needed to sit down and rewatch Loki because that was like my favorite Disney Plus show. But the fact that Jonathan Majors was cast so early, there was no way that he was not used before Ant-Man 3, which is still way off in the distance. So I think the same thing about
is that this year or is that next year?
I'll look at that in a second. But the fact that this guy is now cast as it's not till 2023. Yeah, it's not till 2023.
Oh, Ant-Man 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the fact that Blade was cast so early and his movie hasn't even been given a year slot yet? I don't think so.
No.
So there's no way that they don't use him in these little projects like they have to have him appear. Otherwise, why bother even telling us who it was? Why cast someone who was so old?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
this dude's gonna be 50 something when Blade shows up. Like, damn, Blade, you look old as hell. You supposed to be a vampire, ain't you supposed to look younger?
The Marvel contract just has him like jumping into a huge oil vat drum of lotion every single day. Just like they have to dunk him into this lotion and bring him back out. Be like, well, I gotta keep you looking like a baby, bro.
You gotta do it. This is all bring the Lazarus pit, bro. So good luck.
They just write the Lazarus pit on the outside of this big
with
thing of lotion. Oh shit!
What the fuck, man?
Blade has to visit the Lazarus pit every day. It's in his contract. Oh man, but yeah, it's just I really do think, because if Moon Knight really is coming out next month, which is what they're saying, there's a lot of rumors going on that Moon Knight is set to drop unexpectedly next month. I don't know, like whenever we've been hearing the smoke, there's usually some kind of fire, especially recently with all the leaks that have just been streaming out of everything Marvel related. Then why haven't we seen a better trailer? Why haven't we gotten any more information about the show? Why haven't they been hyping it? I think they're trying to keep a secret under wraps to not have it blow up and explode like like what happened with Spider-Man just very recently. We pretty much knew the entire fucking movie before it came out. You know,
we did,
because we heard all the secrets. Before that,
and they were correct too.
Yeah, so I think that they are trying to hide a secret, and that's why we're not getting too much information. That secret would just be a big name, and a big name would either be Blade is going to be in it, or Punisher is a possibility.
Punisher could be.
Punisher and
Mephisto could be in it.
No.
He's the one who actually gave him his powers. He sold his soul. Yeah.
God damn it. What? No. Yeah, Mephisto is the god in Moon Knight. What is the god's name? I can't remember.
He's Moon Knight god in the MCU.
What is the god's name? What is the god's name? I can't remember.
God, I'm forgetting his name too, but it's like a weird name.
It's like an Egyptian god, right? Isn't it like some weird?
Yeah, some
Like a
moon god, literally. It's literally
Yeah,
the
I
god
know.
of the moon.
I know it's not. I know it has an. I know he has a name. I just can't remember what it is. But yeah, it's
It's
yeah,
Mephisto, bro.
It's
That's who it's gonna
Mephisto.
be.
Son.
Understand, it's Mephisto, bro. They need to put him in something, so he's gonna be the one who did all this. It's gonna be
No.
like,
See, that would be
I
such
did
a
all of
troll.
this.
That would be such a troll if
He's
Mephisto...
gonna be like, I'm the one who actually did everything in Spider-Man 2. You know what else?
God.
I'm the one behind everything that popped off in Loki. Everybody was right. I'm doing everything. Ha 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 ha. That's just laugh. Yeah,
No
so that's
Shoe
exactly
is
what's gonna happen.
It's the Egyptian god known as No Shoe. Not known shoe. Non-shoe? Known shoe.
No, I think it's said different though.
Kanonshu. It's KH. Is it Konshu?
I think it sounds like that. I think it's actually something close to that.
Konshu?
It's such a weird name how it's said. It's a weird. Honestly, the best thing to do is listen to how somebody else say that shit and listen to a couple of people because it's said in a weird way.
That's what I'm saying. I need to hear it before I can repeat it. Are leaks even something to worry about for Marvel Studios, or given the billion-dollar success of Spider-Man, do leaks actually get people more hyped to see their content? That's
debatable.
Point. That is a debatable. It depends on the project being leaked and what the leak is.
This is one of those things where honestly the leaks was not going to stop people from going to see the movie.
No,
but sometimes leaks
that would be what the project is
from going to see. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, depends on what the project is. Because sometimes a leak can stop a person from going to see the movie because they're like, oh, it's been spoiled for them. And then there's other people who are like myself who really don't care that much about spoilers at all, and it's not going to stop me from whether I'm going to see it or not. So it just depends on the person and the project.
Khonshu. Okay.
Khonshu. That's it. That's exactly it. Yep.
Thank you.
That's exactly it.
I'm actually illiterate, so we were just discussing how I didn't go to school much, so I don't speak so good. Yes, thank you. I just always, well, you know, the very few times that I read Moon Knight, you know, I'm just like, all right, whatever. It's the Egypt. I just call him the Egyptian god because I can't really pronounce the name, but now I can. Thank you.
I call him Mephisto.
Yeah, now it's actually pronounced Mephisto.
Yeah, that's how it's actually pronounced.
Khan, like Mephist, and then
yeah.
Like
and then no. That's how that is. That's how that is. You know, James, since we got my wise elf here, I want to ask him a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a wise elf. I'm gonna ask you. There's a little anime a little bit here. I want to ask you, what is your favorite anime?
Right now, it's My Hero.
Okay.
That's my favorite one right now.
Okay, we've done some talk about My Hero up here before. Okay. I want to know, who is your favorite My Hero character?
I like that the frog girl.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is she?
She's hot.
Oh God, here we go. See, this is why I can't fuck with some of this anime shit. It's like, what? Who's your favorite character? Oh, she's hot. Like what?
see that right there. Though, what's so funny about it? That right there is like somewhat of a bad stigma for anime fans, where it's like all about waifu wars.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, she's the hottest person, so she's my favorite character. Or it's just like, oh, why are you watching anime? Oh, because she's hot.
Anime is awesome. Chris got me an anime, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yes, Black Sarah brought on an elf. Our buddy Richard is on this week. Yes. Yeah.
Wise elf.
So your favorite anime is My Hero, and who was the character again? Who was it? One of the ones that we've discussed, Chris, or no?
No, it hasn't been anybody we've discussed yet. He likes the matter of fact. The habit is simple as just type in My Hero Frog Girl, and you'll see who he's talking about.
Should I be worried about what's going to pop up?
No, well, I normally I would say no, but it's anime, so I don't know.
Just don't put X in.
Don't put XXX in there. You should be.
Hold on.
I'll rule 34.
Pornhub and then My Hero Frog Girl. Is that what it is?
All right, see, now you're just looking.
Okay. Oh, no, just messing with you. I'm not even.
I know you know. She's like, oh God, there's a reason why I don't wear pants.
This bitch here.
Yeah, that's her.
Is it the long tongue, Richard? Is that what does it for you?
Is it the tongue?
No, I mean I just she's
You're like, damn, my colonoscopy's coming up. I wish it was stronger.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I mean, all right, I'm gonna lick my ass anyway. No. What's great about
See, why they always gotta be drawn like that with like the finger on the lip thing? It looks like that's a common pose for her. Is that like her thing?
That is a common pose for her, yes.
She just like to do the old finger on the lip thing. Look, it's like every fucking picture of her, bro.
What's good?
Whoa. What?
Okay.
Look, she looks like some weird, like, female Loki hybrid.
Yo, I like something for Mortal Kombat, bro.
Oh my God. All right.
But
yeah.
what's interesting about her, though, she is an interesting character herself, because the one thing about her is that she's actually close to a Richard in the sense of she's reliable. No, hold on, let me finish. She's reliable. She's kind, and she's somebody you do want on your side. She's one of the people who are more, she thinks more logically than a lot of the other guys where they'll jump into something. Well, she'll kind of think things through and be like, all right, this might not be the best course of action. And she's become more of like a big sister type character to a lot of people, where she really cares about her team and she's more team oriented. So she's an interesting character. She's a very kind-hearted, good person and whatever. So
that's nice.
You know, she definitely has that going for her. She doesn't have any the thing is that it kind of sucks. I mean, it's good in a way, but at the same time, she doesn't have anything crazy going on with her, so she don't get much spotlight at all. Where the other characters,
is it because she's a frog?
Have tons of stuff happening, so you have to have spotlights on them. She doesn't really have anything popping off on her. That's the one thing that does suck. And then there's another girl who literally her power is her stripping naked. And she can, like, the more.
I'm sorry. What was the name? What was the name of that one? What was that name? Sorry.
Well, the more clothes she takes off, the more powerful she can make her stuff.
I'm sorry. Who is this one?
They made sure they drawn her to have these, like, her breasts are big, and like she's so much more developed than everybody else. And
can I get a name, please?
Can I get her clothes off?
Can I get a name here?
How do you not remember her? She's part of Class 1A. I mean, she's part of the team.
She's the invisible one?
No, not the invisible girl. She was literally on Tori.
Well, damn, if she's gonna be invisible if she takes clothes off, then what's the point of looking around?
You know what I'm talking about now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the invisible girl, she's completely naked. Well, a lot of people did not get that, but no. Her hero costume is her completely naked. All her clothes off. That's what Invisible Girl's costume is. She's completely butt-ass naked.
Why does Invisible Girl look exactly like I thought she would?
Did you look Invisible Girl up?
Yeah, she looks invisible.
We've actually got a reveal of her face, though. Yeah, we got a reveal of her face in one of the later chapters. But yeah, you're right. She's invisible. But no, we did get a reveal. And a lot of people think her hair is green, but
yeah, there she is, right there.
That's not her. But yeah, we did get a reveal in one of the later chapters, and
look, there's her face right there.
And Jesus Christ, Chase. And yeah, just I'm sorry, just think about that. Like,
I still need to know the name of the previous girl you were talking about.
I don't think we need to.
For science reasons, I just need to know.
For scientific reasons?
Yeah, for science. I just need. Well, we're talking about this My Hero Academia. I just need to know what the name of this person is. Okay. We're talking about them on the show. We showed the other two. Why can't we show this one?
Well, James, just type in a girl who takes off her clothes.
No, so that's just not the search that I want on Google here.
Quirk, type in Quirk that she takes her clothes off. Type that in.
All right, I'll do that while I'm not sharing the tab.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna pop up.
I was literally about to say take the share page off. It did type that in, and then she has black hair, And yeah, she had like a pony. It's like in a ponytail, pretty much in a way.
Yeah, I'm not. Nothing's coming up without the name. I don't know.
Richard will find it for you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so it's My Hero has some interesting things, but Invisible Girl always was weird to me because it's like if you're fighting her and she's like grabs you and everything, it's so awkward because she's literally naked. It's like,
but you
like
can't.
You can
see
get a
that.
sexual charge just fighting her without intending anything like that. You just grab her the wrong way, and it's like, oh, you just touched that girl's body without her consent. It's like, wait a minute, wait. I was trying to what? Hold on, man. I was trying to fight here. What's going on?
Ah, all right. So this is probably Ben Roethlisberger's favorite favorite character.
That is Ben Roethlisberger's favorite character. Yes.
Oh shit.
That's me.
Yeah. Come on, dude. The Chargers were dropped. Get it? The Chargers. The Chargers were dropped.
Not anything.
Yeah, Richard's off on Pornhub looking up the character now.
Richard is indeed on Pornhub. No. So yeah, that came out wrong. I'm like, yeah, he's on Pornhub. Then I just start looking. And it's like, so.
Oh, he is on Pornhub.com. Ridiculous.
I think it's should be her. I believe it is. I believe it's her. Yeah, it's.
I thought she made things with her body.
Yeah, it's her. It's her.
Momo.
Yeah. Yes, it's basically her.
Mambo?
Momo.
So he said?
Type in Momo.
Oh, Momo. Isn't that what the like remember like was it a year or so ago, the Momo thing where like the thing was popping up telling the kids to kill themselves? Do you remember that shit?
I do remember that.
Wasn't that called Momo?
I think it was.
Did she look the same? Because that girl was creepy looking, I swear to God.
No, she's not.
Okay.
But yeah, no, she literally takes her clothes off
and tells
and
you
that
children
makes
to
her
kill
able
themselves.
to make things. It's so weird.
Got it.
And the more clothes she takes off, the more powerful it becomes.
So does that mean that she has to start her day with like a ridiculous amount of clothes? Like, do you remember there's a scene in Friends where Joey puts on all of Chandler's clothes just to put them all on, and then he's like, "I'm wearing all of your clothes." So does she have to do that every morning? She wakes up and she puts on like 35 layers of clothing.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I'll just say,
do the clothes generate? I mean, I just don't understand. Like, it seems like a strange power that all you got to do. Like, if all I had to do was take my shirt off to get stronger, right? I would just keep putting on shirts and then keep taking off the shirts.
Well, it doesn't necessarily work like
is there
that.
a limit?
It's not like she can like hold the power in, and then when she takes her clothes off, it gets stronger that way. It's just when she takes the clothes off, her powers are able to do more.
It just doesn't make any sense where the powers come from.
It's okay. So it's different. So like for instance, Escanor and what's that thing called? What's that anime? The one with you liked it too. You watched it as well. Escanor is in it. Oh God, why am I forgetting the name of it? Come on, Richard, you're supposed to know. I should know actually. I literally went blank on the freaking name. Yeah, 7 Deadly Sins. There's a guy named Escanor, and he is a beast. And what his ability is like from the rise of the sun until noon, his power grows stronger and stronger and stronger. And when noon hits, he's at his peak. Soon as noon hit, he's at his peak. At 12 o'clock, he is as strong as anything, but it gets weaker as time goes down. So once noon goes and it goes down and goes into night and stuff, he gets much weaker. But during the break of dawn, he's at his best. So that's a little different because it's a stockpile power build. With hers, her power doesn't necessarily stockpile. It's the exact same if she's on clothes, no matter how much clothes she has put on. It's just when she takes her clothes off, she's able to create more and do more stuff. But it doesn't like stockpile. It doesn't like pile up and get stronger.
So she just walk around in a bikini and she'd be all right.
I mean, in theory, yeah.
Like I sleep. What if I sleep naked? Am I just super strong when I'm naked?
Well, her power is she's able to like create things, so like she can like make things out, like creates different stuff. So yeah, I guess. But no,
don't all women become stronger when they take their clothes off?
Yes,
that's hilarious.
That's true.
I'm so confused by like the thought behind this character. It's just I can't wrap my head around it.
I think she's just a sex appeal character. I mean,
well,
they try to make her more interesting, but but look, you're not gonna look. There's great storytelling in anime.
No, I know that there is. I'm just saying that there are always certain characters that are used. I mean, you could go back as far as like
not just anime. That's everything.
Well, yes, but I'm saying especially in anime. Even in like kids anime, like Pokemon, the nurses were fucking like obviously used for sex appeal. So there's always gonna be like that character. So yeah, so I guess
Brock
that's what
trying to get that.
Dude, Brock was not smooth, bro. He's like the least smooth black dude I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like I was like, God damn, this dude could not seal the deal to save his life.
You couldn't, man. Poor Brock. Goddamn.
Poor Brock. Always rock hard with those rock Pokemon.
Always rock hard with the rock Pokemon.
Couldn't get it done.
No one was
so I guess this character, I guess that's the point. Just to have her take off some clothes. But it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know.
It's one of those things where it's a weird quirk, but it's interesting. Like if I go into the like really breaking down, we don't got time for it right now. But if I go into breaking down how it works to understand more, maybe I'll do a thing on her. But the problem is she doesn't have anything crazy going on, so she doesn't have many moments where it's just like, oh man, a lot of honestly, a breakdown with her would be very short because she doesn't really do anything substantial and she don't have anything major going on in her life, compared to everybody else. Where it's just like, honestly, the most important thing going on in her right now is just trying not to die and make sure Deku does what he has to do. She doesn't like she's more of the support role. She's not a main state. She's smart. But I'm not the biggest fan of how it works because honestly, it really is just sex appeal. That's all it is. They even got in trouble for one of their arts they made recently where they just basically had her pretty much naked and people got mad at that. And I was like, stop it. That's nothing to get mad about. But still, you know how people are.
I'm furious. Jerking off.
So angry.
I'm so mad at this right now.
Yeah.
Now, let me take this picture to my office to talk to my team about how mad I am.
Talk about my team about how mad
I need to prepare a statement.
Yeah. Let me bring this lotion back here too first, and then we'll get to that statement afterwards. Got a lot to say.
Yep.
Blade,
can you bring your Lazarus pit back here, please? Can we get the Lazarus pit back here?
Lazarus pit. Don't worry, I'm about to make my own Lazarus pit.
Oh, God. And on that note, folks, we're going to draw this episode to an end because I don't think we can get any better than that joke right there. So, whether you're here with us live now or catching us on the replay, please make sure to hit that like button. Smash it. And we will be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. with more redonkulousness, I'm sure.
Next week is going to be a very, very interesting one, too, because one of the things I want to do, next week in general is going to be very interesting because, one, I'll make sure Wise Elf, you did get it straight where Batman's going to do the interview, right?
Yes.
Batman has finally agreed to do the interview with Black Santa. So that's going to be a very interesting interview right there.
Nice.
We also got I think he was also telling me a shareholder is going to be visiting next week too, right? Or a week after, 1 or 2. I also got a shareholder coming up. So next week's going to be big. And that's for podcast-wise because we got some 2 killer videos coming. But that's podcast-wise. I want to do an in-depth on a character.
Okay.
from Dragon Ball. I think
Okay.
it's time to do an in-depth character on Dragon Ball, and I think it's going to have to be a prince.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be a fun one. So that's what I think that's what I got planned at least.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Hope to see you guys then next week for the excitement. And as always, stay villainous and